Okay guys, so Palantir is dropping 2.58% right now the moment I am recording this video. However, is this a reason for us to panic, to worry? Is there any hope for us on Palantir? In this video, I'm going to share my own thoughts and insights on Palantir. As the retail trader, as the retail investor that I am, I'm just a guy. I'm not the smart money. I'm not an institutional player. I'm not an expert over here, a guru, all right? I'm just a guy sharing my own thoughts on this stock. So I really hope you guys are going to like this video. Join our community if you're not my subscriber yet. We have more than 800 subscribers right now. I'm very happy with our community. Thank you very much for your support. If you're new around here, consider subscribing. I will record videos every Wednesday, Friday, and Monday as well. So join our community. I will always share my thoughts and insights on the market. And if you are already my subscriber, remember to click the like button because I will not disappoint you in this video. Probably. Okay, so let's take a look at Palantir right now. If you look in the 1 hour chart, in the 1 hour chart, what I see is Palantir is trading near a support level. All right, this alone is a very nice buy point because the risk-reward ratio makes more sense for the bulls than the bears. Let's see, let's just analyze it for 1 second. For instance, if you want to buy Palantir right now, if you want to trade Palantir blindly, you're going to buy or sell. I would advise you to buy because you're going to buy near a support level. Your stop loss is going to be under the previous low, these two low points over here. And what would be your target? Even if you're aiming for the $19.45, the risk-reward ratio is 4.5, meaning the reward is 4.5 times greater than the risk you are taking on Palantir over here. I mean, that's great. That's fantastic. If you want to trade, if you want to be a consistent trader, that's the kind of trade you are going to try to look for forever. Because let's assume you're going to do, I don't know, 100 trades. Even if you are not profitable in 7 out of 10, you would still be profitable in the long run if your risk-reward ratio is as high as that one over here. I mean, with such a very nice risk-reward ratio, it's very unlikely for you to be an unprofitable trader, even if you don't have the most a high accuracy setup over here. Even if you miss 70% of the time, even if you are stopped 70% of the time, you would still be profitable in the long run because the risk-reward ratio is always a very good risk-reward ratio. And you can always find trades like this in the market, okay? On many other stocks, not only on Palantir. And so right now alone, we are talking about a very nice risk-reward ratio. The problem is we don't see any meaningful reaction on Palantir. Before we continue on our analysis on Palantir, let's take a look at the market. If you look at the S&P, the S&P is trading near a new record high. Yesterday we did a new record high. Amazing. Congratulations. Congratulations to the S&P index. However, right now, it feels like the index is correcting. And this is the kind of time correction that we always like to see. It's not a price correction. We don't see the S&P actually dropping and crashing. Instead, it is moving sideways, waiting for the 21 EMA to catch up with the price. That's a trait of a time correction. It's just moving sideways while it is resting. If you want my opinion, I think the S&P deserves a better correction, but who am I to try to predict what S&P is going to do over here? Either way, even if it corrects more, we have a very strong support area around these two black lines, which was this top and this top over here. The EMA is quite far from the price, but I think if the S&P does a pullback, any price level between these two black lines is going to work as a support for us. The Nasdaq index, we have a very curious phenomena going on the Nasdaq Composite Index, because the Nasdaq Composite Index, we are still far from the all-time high. we see clearly this top higher than the previous top. And right now we are dropping a little bit, we are correcting. Okay, that's fair. This top matches this top over here. However, if we look at the Nasdaq futures, this top basically matches this top over here. It almost did a record high yesterday. So what the hell is going on over here? And what the hell this has to do with Palantir? Well, just hang on a little bit, okay? All of this is going to make sense in a few minutes. But consider this. The futures, the Nasdaq futures we are talking about, considers the Nasdaq 100 index, which is different than the Nasdaq Composite Index. The Nasdaq 100 is all about the largest 100 companies on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange. So this index over here, these futures, are correlated to the Nasdaq 100, while the IXIC is correlated to the Nasdaq Composite, which englobes all stocks trading on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange. And this is why is this interesting? Because that divergence over here, let me put these charts on their side over here, because this divergence on two different Nasdaq indices are telling us a very curious phenomenon. This is telling us that fewer companies are actually making the Nasdaq 100 move, all right? Okay, let's consider this. The FANGs, the mega cap companies, we all know that they are quite strong, and they have been quite strong for, I don't know, more than 1 year right now, since March 2020. And that's incredible, that's very good. But how about the other tech stocks? What about the other tech companies? Like Palantir, for instance. These companies couldn't recover from the beginning of 2021 top. Let's see Palantir again. See, Palantir stock is around $45, and we have yet to reach that level again. We are below the $20 right now. Many good companies, good tech stocks, found their top levels on the beginning of this year, and they couldn't recover. They still couldn't recover, unlike the mega cap companies over here, like Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Nvidia, Google, Microsoft. These companies, 2021 was the year of these companies. Okay, they're all flying. They all outperformed the market, but these companies dragged the S&P, the Nasdaq up, while the other tech stocks are still having a very rough time. And if you ask me, there's a very good chance that since many tech stocks are looking quite overvalued by now, we might see a very nice rotation to probably other tech stocks that are good companies and that are looking good, but the market kind of forgot about all of these amazing companies. And I think Palantir is going to be included in this new movement we are about to see. However, Palantir is not giving us any meaningful bullish sign around. Okay, if you ask me, we don't see any bullish structure, any meaningful bullish structure. We only see bearish structure. Palantir has yet to recover. Talking about Palantir, only the risk-reward ratio is making sense, but this is it. We don't see clear bullish movement over here in this support level. This alone is a buy sign. Yes, it could be, but we must see better reaction in order to see Palantir actually flying and doing a meaningful movement in the mid and long term as well. If you ask me, for Palantir to do a very good movement in the long term, $20.08. This red line is still the most important key point for us to watch on Palantir. If it does any bullish candlestick over here in the daily chart, okay, yes, it is a buy sign for sure. Yes, absolutely. You are right in doing this. However, long-term speaking, I think Palantir deserves a better bullish structure. Palantir is one of these good companies, which of course, it has its problems. It has its challenges to overcome. Yes, sure, I'm not denying this, but I still believe Palantir is a good company in the end. I mean, it has such an interesting business model. I really like the management, the leadership team. It was founded by the one of the guys from PayPal Mafia, right? Peter Thiel. We have Alex Karp. So it is all looking amazing on Palantir. So I think Palantir is one of these great companies that has yet to react, and the moment it reacts, it's going to be phenomenal. All right, this is going to be great for Palantir. I mean, by breaking $20.08, we have the next gap as our target, meaning, again, roughly 20% upside potential on Palantir over here. I'm not even asking for it to hit the all-time high again. I'm just focusing in this little gap. We have another gap over here, and I have my own personal target at 31.35. If Palantir hits there, that's going to be fantastic. Of course, this is not going to happen so soon, especially right now since we don't have any meaningful bullish sign around. But I agree with you. If Palantir does a bullish candlestick pattern in the daily chart, maybe it's going to be an incredible buy opportunity. And if we break the $20, that's going to be our lead. That's going to be our confirmation sign that Palantir is about to reverse the trend, the mid and long-term trend for good. We are below the EMA in the daily chart. That's a shame. In the weekly chart as well. I was expecting that Palantir would drop to the 17s again over here, but it seems it is finding a support around the 18s. So, okay, who am I to argue against Palantir? But it is looking interesting in my humble opinion. And that's my initial bullish thesis. I think any meaningful reaction would be an opportunity to buy, since the risk-reward ratio makes perfect sense to me, at least, right? I don't know if this makes sense to you, but this makes sense to me. And that's what we are always looking for. As traders, let me talk to you guys. As traders, we always must to try to find that kind of opportunity. High risk, high reward kind of trade. But even if you are not the best trade ever, even if you miss 70% of the time, you would still be profitable in the long run. And this is how we achieve consistency. Okay, so this is all about consistency in the end. So I really hope you guys liked this video. Remember to click on the like button. I mean, are you still watching this? You didn't click on the like button yet? I mean, I deserve that, right? I think I deserved your support, my friend. Thank you very much. See you guys next Friday. I will talk about Tesla. We have a lot to cover about Tesla. I really believe you guys are going to like my next video. Thank you very much for your support. Stay safe. Farewell.